Yeah, one more time for the WWZ podcast. Welcome back to Sevi Strife and fucking Rio La Beasta.
God.
That was pretty good.
That was alright. Yep, you did a good job.
Alright, we're back again with, what's this, episode 5 we got here?
Yep.
Episode 5 of the WWZ podcast. We got some different topics here today. We're going to talk about some fantasy cards, Revolution format. Well, I don't want to, but my buddy here does. So, I think let's go ahead and jump right into it. We're talking about fantasy cards we think should be made. You want to talk about the Haystacks Calhoun said you put together?
Yeah, I was following or listening to Hog Trail on Discord, and I threw out Haystacks on there. He goes, "Oh, I built Haystacks before as a fantasy set." I'm like, "I gotta check this out." So I read some of this stuff. I liked a couple of the cards. I kept a couple of the cards very similar, if not the same, as what he did. Like there was a couple. Like I think I left the action the same. The one that
Draws 10.
Draws 10, and your opponent draws 1 for every 2 you draw. So you draw 10, they draw 5. But obviously, it depends on the situation. You might not always want to draw 10. But if you know anything about Haystacks, he did basically a lot of splashes, and he did, a lot of splashes. That's about all he did, and some headlocks.
Probably some bear hugs in there, too. That's kind of the entire spiel back in the day for the big guys. Well, fat guys.
One of the things that I wanted to throw in there, there was 2 things I threw in there. I made a new allegiance for territories with the old guys back in like WWF and stuff like that they can run. That basically what it did was you can either blank a venue or you can reveal your backlash, and you and your opponent both discard non-superstar specific actions. Which the reason I did that is because I absolutely hate Ready to Fight. I mean, it just annoys me, and I try to build everything around just to make sure I have enough reversals for all their Ready to Fights.
Does that only hit the non-unique ones, or non-superstar specific ones?
It hits non-unique actions.
Okay. That's not so bad then. It'd be pretty good back in the day when like the original Mean Gene was around, because it turned up the heat too. But yeah, right now it's just Ready to Fight fodder.
Yeah,
I would really hurt Hacksaw.
Yeah,
I would kill Hacksaw today. He'd be dead.
Yeah, he wouldn't like that very much.
No.
And I love Hacksaw now that I actually played with him quite a bit. He's pretty good. That reminded, playing with Hacksaw, that's been fun lately. I've been doing that a lot because I've decided to go ahead and do the Madison Square Garden venue, and then run WrestleMania. So they're going to be able to keep a card in their hand, and I get to remove WrestleMania and stuff. But it's pretty funny because his 2x4, makes them discard 2 cards, and then I get to draw 4. So hitting a WrestleMania don't hurt too bad. And then I get all my mid-match I'll shuffle. You can't respond to this one. I'll shuffle 6 in and pick up any 2 from my ringside. It's pretty good.
Yeah, if you're running that, I'd probably almost save the USAs until WrestleMania.
Yeah, because they just start building up recursion there.
Then it lets you just use through all these years just for extra recursion too. Again, I'd probably save that for after WrestleMania.
Well,
Heck, pop that and 1 USA. That's like 20 cards back.
Yeah, and I run the clothesline that makes your opponent's reversals do +2 damage.
Yeah.
So it's +1 for your ability. They have to discard equal to the damage of their reversal. For the +1 for every clothesline you play or whatever. So +2D depends what they play. If they play a power slam against your clothesline, they have no hand. It's gone.
Yeah. Well, after WrestleMania, you're guaranteed to hit them.
Yeah. Leg drag. Go ahead, discard 6.
Well, they can't play it because they don't have enough cards in hand.
Well, yeah, I meant early game.
Early game, yeah. Well, yeah.
Leg drag, discard 6.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Too bad that.
I guess leg drag has RMS, but still, it's discard.
No, it doesn't.
4. It doesn't?
No.
Oh, that's still good. Yeah, that's still good. Yeah.
Too bad that. Where the big boys play? Too bad that combo don't work for them anymore.
Yeah, that would be pretty funny.
Yeah. Oh, well, what do you do?
Another thing I added to my Haystacks was something that I think that should be made into an actual card at some point. is his superstar ability basically involves splashes, and they can instead be played as a counter
Or after a card.
or after a card. And the one thing on his superstar ability, I think that should be added to as a card, it's as like a pre-match or something, is that shoot lockups do not get the fortitude reduction for legends, which I think is kind of ridiculous as it is. I mean, sure they get support, they've got support, but there's so many superstars that can just go to town on you if by shoot lockups alone.
Yeah, playing a superstar where you know almost everybody plays shoot lockups because it's such a good card. The fact that they almost get guaranteed 24 fortitude against you.
Yeah, and
There's nothing you can do about it.
that's one thing that was making me mad whenever people were talking about Unleash Bomb being too broken. Oh, Jesus Christ. I get a 0 for, what, 9?
Yeah.
You get
3, 0 for 8s.
0 for 8s? What the hell kind of shit is that? And you're going to make a big deal about Unleash Bomb, but you're not going to worry about a multi-arsenal only?
Yeah. You can blank, well, you can like douchebag. I guess if you have douchebag and Carlito, that's one. That's my problem. I think douchebag and Carlito both should blank the card when you play them, so you can play a second reversal on top of it.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. I just know, I just feel whenever I play a legend and I know they're running shoot lockups,
Which is everybody.
yeah, it's just a clincher. It's like, oh god, this hurt. This is gonna hurt. Like, that's one of my problems running like Sergeant Slaughter. I love Sergeant Slaughter. I mean, he's never been like a big like tier 1 superstar ever. He's kind of like a mid-tier superstar. But it's just even makes him even worse whenever you just have to worry about that one card all the time.
I was talking to my buddy here about like fantasy cards, and I think would be a cool fix to that problem is to change the text on legendary management, which is kind of the throwback version of Mouth of the South, and add a text on it. When packing this card, you are not considered to be a legend for your opponent's card effects. So that would make it good, but you're playing the worst version of Jimmy, and you're also not getting legendary defense, which almost all the legends take legendary defense all the time anyways.
Yeah, which I could see that as a possibility as a good exchange, because usually the excuse for shoot lockup keeping it is because legends get so much extra support. I mean, if you get a worse version of Jimmy in exchange and you can't run the backstage card,
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like a fair exchange to me. If you're really worried about shoot lockups, you can just not have to worry about it. And I mean, they would still be able to play it later on if they wanted, just like anybody else would. But
just make them have to gain fortitude the old-fashioned way, like everybody else has to.
I mean, like if I do a Cobra Clutch, oh darn! Next turn they're like, shoot lockup, arsenal only. I get free 8 fortitude.
Yeah.
Tier 6. Oh darn.
Oh well.
Yeah.
I was talking to my buddy about another cool fantasy card that I would personally like to see implemented after watching literally like every professional wrestling show like in the last probably 5 or 6 years. It'd be cool to make a pay-per-view main event throwback version, but make it a backstage area card. I'd probably give it something along the lines of you cannot pack non-superstar specific trademark finishers, but it'd make all your trademark finishers non-unique. And you can only pack it if your superstar value is 4 or higher.
And Roman Reigns can run it. He's the only one. No.
Well, I'd probably give him a card that'd make his Superman punch a setup.
Yeah.
But after damage is applied, your opponent shovels back 1 card. So it can never pin him.
It would be funny to give it thematically if it wasn't for everybody, just like certain superstars like Brock Lesnar. I mean, he's going to... I guess you could run 3 F5s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does them all the time, and German suplexes all the time.
Well, I don't really see the problem with getting him 3 F5s. Well, because if you're going to walk into the first one, you're dead.
Yeah.
So it's like having 3 Gores. If you hit the first one, they're dead.
Yeah.
What's the point of having 3?
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean...
I'll play one as a maneuver, and then I'll keep one as a reversal.
I guess so. Hopefully I can hit the 8D or greater maneuver so it can't be reversed. Whatever. I don't think it'd be such a bad card. RKO would be rough, but again, if you're eating one, who cares?
I don't think I'd like that at all, because with his his mid match card, his mid match card that makes RKO only reversible from Arsenal by can't be reversed by non-uniques from Arsenal only or something like that. I can't remember the exact text on it.
I know it's not very good.
Well, I know you can't play as a reversal anymore, but still.
It makes it harder to reverse, but I don't think it makes it that hard to reverse. It might just be like uniques only from Arsenal, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I can't remember offhand.
But still, with 10th year, I mean, you still have to worry about Divine twice, so...
Yeah.
Worst case scenario is you'll still be okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what we got here next? So, that is our little talk about fantasy cards. Suggestions for the worlds we got here. I personally think the worlds format right now is really outdated, and we should probably get away from it. That's just my personal opinion.
I would like worlds a lot more if it was each format had its own little worlds, because I think at this point the only reason they keep it together is because I think they know a lot of people aren't going to want to play Revo. They're not going to want to play Virtual All Access. So they're just throwing that in there to force people to play it, because I know there's some people that actually do play them a lot, but I don't think they're really in this country. I think that becomes the issue.
Well, I personally think they do it more for that's just the way it's always been.
Yeah.
So they're just holding on to it.
Well, that's not even true. That's not the way it's always been, because they used to have them separated.
Worlds?
At one point, I think when it first started.
Maybe when it first started, but that didn't last very long. Because I remember it being in all 3 formats. Like as soon as...
Because you can get on the old Comic Images website, and it has the World Champion Virtual All Access deck, the World Champion Revo deck, and the Virtual... well, not Virtual. But they had the World Champion All Access, World Champion Revo, and World Champion Classic decks.
Alright, well then probably as soon as Revo came out, then they probably changed it to best 2 out of 3 out of the 3 formats then. Probably.
I think you could probably draw in more players if they weren't required to buy or build 3 different decks. Sure, Virtual Classic and Virtual All Access you can kind of just go for, but then you have to, for Revo, you have to go out and actually find Revo cards. And they do a lot of throwbacks, but...
Or just let people proxy the cards for the tournament.
I know that proxies was suggested by a lot of people, especially people that actually go to Gen Con.
Yeah.
And because they obviously want more people going and playing, so... But the big issue became is that they have to be legal proxies. They have to be approved. So there would have to be someone that has approved proxies that, the only thing that really matters too much is, the amount of text on the card for Raw Deal Revolution. I can't think of any other reason why it would really matter.
If they made proxies as the exact copy of a card already in print,
then they can't do that.
I don't see the problem with that.
Well, they can't make an exact copy. Well, I guess
let's say
TCO couldn't do that legally.
Let's say Revolution of the Mind. So you want to make a proxy of that? It'd be really easy just to splice in a different picture on the card.
Yeah.
And then, bam, there's your proxy.
The Raw Deal TV guys, if you haven't been to rawdeal.tv, you should probably check it out. It's got a lot of cards from the game that are either they're proxies basically, and there's some with changed art. I mean, all theirs look pretty legit. I mean, I don't know what the problem would be. Just being you can use those cards.
Yeah. I'm not telling people to try to like professionally counterfeit cards.
No, because even when I print cards, like people will ask me to print them cards that are exact copies of the originals, and I straight out tell them no, I won't do that. You find me a proxy, a version of it that's completely different art and everything, and I'm going to put a different back on it because I just my way of thinking. I just don't want to have cards out there that look just like the originals that are just floating around somebody to buy.
But I'm guessing when there's only probably, well, how many active raw deal players do you think are out right now? I'd probably give it probably 50 to 60.
Yeah, it seems pretty reasonable. 50 to 60 seems pretty close. Well, that's just from
Probably 50 to 60 in this country and Canada.
yeah.
I know what Singapore probably has probably just that.
I know they have a lot.
I heard their scene's pretty big.
I know they've
numbers.
got 3 different groups that make 3 different versions of the game.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yep.
Be kind of cool if I had like a kind of like a little mafia thing where the heads of the families come together and be like, "We will approve of this Haystacks Calhoun card."
Yeah. Yeah.
But that one fucking sucks. Gotta go.
I was actually really surprised with the Haystacks how well I was able to find really clear images of it. I mean, especially how far back the pictures are from like the early 60s and stuff.
But going back to the topic of worlds, what I think would be a really cool idea personally is to have like maybe 2 or 3 events throughout the year. And it says you can look forward to other things besides just worlds. So, I was tossing around the idea of having like one big Lackey tournament a year, then you have your Adam Kreitz Memorial Tournament, and then the FunkCon if that becomes like a yearly tradition. And instead of like Worlds where the winner gets to create their own card they want, the winner of each of those tournaments picks like a superstar, and in the set of that year or the following year, depends.
Probably the following year. More reasonable.
Yeah. Those superstars get made.
Yeah.
So
within reason, of course. I mean obviously it's got to be WCW, WWF, ECW, yeah. And preferably somebody that's not obscure. That's really hard to find images for.
So nobody's going to come out and be like, "I want Killer Kowalski." Like, oh man.
Yeah.
All right, I guess.
Want the Moondogs?
I just want Moondog Spot. I don't want both the Moondogs. I just want Spot.
Yeah.
Because I forgot the other one's name. So.
I think that'd be really interesting if instead, like, because most, like you were saying earlier, most of the cards that get made are just like reversals that should be already in the game already.
Yeah, like Don't Be a Douchebag was what other? I don't know. I don't think Carlito was. That wasn't one. Dubuque, not so much, but for the most part, a lot of the
Dubuque's a good hit on. Like,
it tried.
It hits shoot lockups half of it.
Yeah, it's what I don't like about the cards that they make for winning worlds is they usually turn up into being like staples. So there's not much like flavor to them. Like Road to Victory is that way. Revolution My Way is a staple in every single Revolution deck.
Yeah.
Or All Access deck.
Yeah.
You got your douchebag, and just everybody just ran those, and I don't see why those can't just be cards made by the design team because they're like, we need more answers for German Suplex, so you better make another one.
Yeah, like I agree. Like the cool thing would be is if you got to pick a superstar, even if you didn't get to design it, or maybe just throw out an idea of what you would like it to do and let them run with it.
Yeah,
I'd be happy with that even.
Mm-hmm. Maybe somebody really wants Crash Holly in the game.
Yeah, or a Christian Legend remake,
or a Naked Midian. I mean, people have weird quirks, but if you're good enough at Raw Deal and you win, and you want Naked Midian. Well, goddamn it! I guess you earn the right to have Naked Midian in the game.
Naked Midian, huh?
So, well,
I guess.
I'm just saying,
Uh-huh.
anything can happen.
We've been dreaming about it at night.
Naked Midian.
All right.
But I definitely think there would be problems finding pictures for Naked Midian.
Well, if we could go ahead and put a projector in your brain, I mean, we'd be all set.
Set's done already. Creed, let me know.
Naked Midian.
I'll
Next set.
Yeah. Okay, so I was talking to my buddy about some cards on Shenanigans that I don't really think need to be on there anymore. Like, the first one that came to mind was, like, Calling You Out. And, like, the only card that really hurts anymore is probably Old Switcheroo, but I don't see that played too much.
Yeah, and just, like I said, also was the raw card +2 or +2 to your hand size. I mean, that would affect it too, but yeah, like you said, if you run
the raw allegiance, it ignores that text.
Yeah.
So you play it's like, oh, okay, sure.
Yeah. So Calling You Out affects one card, which
essentially that doesn't see very much play.
Well, the only reason most people run Switcheroo now is for Vicky, but Vicky won't be affected because people run.
Find Out How to Fight from Finley.
Finley, yeah.
Which so Switcheroo already has a nerf to it, so
yeah. I can't really think of offhand like how like Switcheroo doesn't come in like win games, so I don't know why. Yeah, unless there's something I'm missing about Calling You Out.
No.
Because I can't think of anything off of hand where I'd be like, oh man, I can't believe you made me play that.
I think the only really good part about Calling You Out is it gives you free knowledge of the Backlash deck. Because they don't get to see yours.
Yeah, and we got quite a few, or, I don't know, not quite a few, but there's some superstars that already do that, and it's...
But you can't grab like any reversals. You get to know what they back.
Yeah.
So I don't see what the big problem is. I mean, if you want to do that anyways, you'll just play, I want to play the game. So.
Or you can play Bobby the Brain Heenan, or...
True.
Batista.
CM Punk.
Yeah.
For the same card.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also think that they over-nerfed Andre the Giant. Like the original Andre, not Eighth Wonder.
Yeah.
With so much heavy... Like FunCon kind of showed that there's a ton of discard decks there.
Oh, yeah.
Just discard as far as the eye can see. And those would tear up Andre. He would just... Because he doesn't have a way to recover from that. And once his hand's gone, he can't use his ability anymore. So, I don't think it'd be too bad if they had your opponent discard one random card when you ended their turn with his ability. Just to make him kind of scary.
I mean, you've already got cards that kind of make them randomly discard anyway, like evening up the odds, randomly putting one on bottom.
Yeah. Too bad Andre can't run it.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it might help him a little bit, actually.
The guy can't run hardly anything. So, I mean, once his hand's gone, like I said, he doesn't have a way to build it back up ever.
That's why you always say run him heat.
Yeah. You about have to. I mean, that's your one option. Because if you're playing anything else and they block like your move 2 or 3 times, well, I got 100 cards there. I might not see another one.
I guess the only reason to run them is it seems is because you get a 100-card arsenal. You can just run everything.
Yeah.
But I would just 9 times out of 10, I'd just run Eighth Wonder of the World.
Yeah. I play both, and I think I'd rather play Andre than Eighth Wonder. I mean, Eighth Wonder, yeah, he's great against like chain decks, and he throws multis good. Sure, whatever. But Andre is pretty good turn 1 because everybody likes to play all 12 pre-match.
Yeah,
and with his backstage card, it's like, okay, you get -1 hand size for every pre-match you play.
Yeah, I think that might be one of the reasons that they have a lot of like reasons they hate people that manipulate the pre-match for some reason.
You're telling me.
Yeah.
They hate test with a passion.
Yeah. And like what
I'm gonna break you.
I'm gonna break you.
Yeah.
Like everybody has a card that
Either they can't play it or
or it does you're not affected by it.
Yeah.
Or like if you hate break you that much, just get rid of it. Just ban it.
Going back to my old gripe of like old school wrestling match throwback. If you look at these cards, and Andre, you see one common theme that they all mess up your opponent's like deck design. It messes up the pre-match. It forcibly changes how they have to approach their strategy for the game.
Yep.
And every single one has got nerfed. Andre got nerfed. Cena got nerfed. Piper got nerfed. I'm gonna break you got nerfed.
One thing I'm surprised about is how old school wrestling or old school cage. Which one am I thinking of? Old school wrestling match. How it hasn't got a change, because everybody I've talked to so far about that card, they're like, yeah, that card's dumb. It's like I run it. I mean, you kind of have it's a good card. I mean, that's the problem. It's a really good card, and you kind of just run it.
It's a really good card when the penalty doesn't affect you because you can build your deck around it.
Yeah,
that's the problem with it.
If you're building action heavy deck, like somebody was running Badass Billy Gunn and they just really heavy on actions. I mean, reverse all the actions, they just die. I mean, there's nothing you can do. So, it eliminates deck design to mindlessly throw moves.
Yeah, well, it's not like the 50 action Billy Gunn you're telling me about.
Yeah.
He ran a shit ton of them. You know, even if let him hit you with all his moves, he's gonna run out of moves eventually.
Yeah.
And then no matter what he does, he has to mill 6 in of his turn.
Yeah.
That's dumb. How a unique deck automatically loses because
he did beat me. I mean, after I ran out of like the 8 action reversals I hit on him, he was still able to recover enough to stay alive from it. But he just after I ran out of action reversals, it just throwing actions, and there was nothing I could do about it.
Maybe that wasn't such a great example. Oh well.
I mean, still, his deck, it could, like, I don't even remember who I was playing with, but his deck could just get really, really hurt really bad by just that one card. And it's not just him, it's literally anybody that wants to run actions. It becomes the whole argument of the Revo thing. Why not just play the Antic as the second move played? Well, I might as well not run actions because chances are my maneuver is getting reversed on the overturn.
Yeah, so I'll be holding on to this action literally forever.
Yeah. I mean, I don't get why they hate antics and actions so much and stuff that they have to do that.
I don't think it's quite as bad as the Revo format because there isn't a second card play action reversal in a mid-match. Especially one that gives you fortitude.
Yeah, that's pretty true.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not that bad, but still, it's bad enough.
Yeah.
Do you have any cards on Shenanigans that you don't think is a big deal anymore?
Honestly, I probably don't even know most of the cards that are on Shenanigans cards because there's so many of them and there's so many different effects for them that nobody packs them anyway because they know that they're not going to do anything. So I just assume that people aren't running those cards.
With all the cards that say like can't be blanked, can't be responded to, I would almost think that bringing back the original version of Roddy Piper wouldn't be too bad.
He's the one that nukes. I don't even know what he did.
He blanks all your opponent's maneuvers and actions and gets rid of their RMS that have reverse in the text.
That would actually... I would probably actually play him just to balance the format.
Yeah.
Since literally everything cannot be reversed, cannot be responded to.
Well, I mean, if you did that, it's still going to touch to responded to.
Well, yeah, I know. But I mean, But you get hit like
Yeah.
German suplex, Arsenal, clutch apply. Sure, you got brawl, but oh darn, whoop-de-doo, you're taking 8 to their 2.
That's the reason why I liked Brahma Bull so much, because so many people were just getting comfortable playing the clutch apply, German suplex, crap like that, and then again, a card that forces your opponent to approach the game differently gets nerfed. Big shocker. Wish they did the old school wrestling match. Fuck that card, dude. Stupid.
It's pretty bad that we hate it so much and we both run it.
I only ran on like maybe one deck because I literally ran no actions. So why not? Another superstar I have a problem with being nerfed into the ground. Eugene. My God. He can't play virtual superstar specifics from other superstars. That should be enough. I mean, almost all the new guys that come out nowadays have ways to get guaranteed for it anyways. So I don't see what's so broken about them. Like, if anybody who plays like the formats all the time, they see all the German suplexes, shoot lockups, and then you just go straight into turn finishers after that.
Yeah.
What does Eugene hit with that? Nothing. He doesn't hit any of that shit.
Yeah.
So, again, he punishes people that just throw blind moves, but they get punished anyways by backslides and inside cradles. So,
Yeah, it's true.
yeah, I don't think he's busted. That's just my opinion.
Well, you probably, I don't know. I know when you played him at the actual virtual, or not,
It wasn't virtual.
the classic tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't like just run on everybody.
No, I think I even lost. Like, I don't want to say his nickname on stream because it's not very nice.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about. I lost to him with
Oh.
that. He was playing Extreme Diva.
Yeah.
So I was hitting him, but I was losing like 3 cards every time I did hit him. So
Yeah.
I think that's who I was playing at that time.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think,
it wasn't that good. I don't know. Maybe, that was a long time ago.
yeah, that was a couple days ago.
Because we only had like 2 tournaments that weren't virtual.
Yes, at that time. Yeah.
So that was a ways back. So
Yeah,
I remember it could be
almost 2 years ago.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't recall.
So, I've made it my mission since I absolutely could not stand Revo, was to try to look for the good things in Revo. So every day I've been trying to play a game of Revo, trying to get people to play Revo, and Mitch is always there to play Revo all the time, but I like trying to find other people. Like I was able to play a game, I think 3 games with Scotty playing Revo, and the more I play, the better I'm getting at it, and I don't hate it nearly as much as I used to. But my problem is that the only superstars that I run are superstars that have a search ability or some way to search. And I've tried other superstars that kind of just, like I tried BWO. It doesn't search, and so kind of just lose. But everybody that has a search ability always worked out well for me because I never have to worry about
Burning 6.
Yeah, I never had to worry about Burning 6. So, like, like Balls Mahoney, like, I've had a lot of good success with him. And then Kurt Angle, which I think Kurt Angle, I can work on him a bit more and make him really, really good. I mean, I like Kurt Angle a lot. And I think I like it more than my Balls Mahoney deck. And I was never a really big Kurt Angle fan, really, anyway.
Oh, it's true.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true. Never really a big Kurt Angle fan, which is kind of weird because when I play Raw Deal, I only play superstars that I actually really like. So, yeah, I like Balls. Just throwing that out there.
I get it.
Yeah, I know you do. You get it. Damn it.
That joke was nuts.
Ah. The one thing I have noticed though is like looking at all the Revo superstars, and there's some superstars that benefit from running Colossals, and the only person that I think Colossals was kind of crazy in is Test. Because it seems like everybody else, you've actually got to build up, and you got to start running on your opponent to build up to get those Colossals that are any good. And so I think like the Gen Con promos that can be played from ringside are pretty ridiculous. I mean, it shuts down a lot of Revo superstars. And like I said, I understand for the test, but it's really dumb for other people that run them. I mean, just be able to play a 0-fort Colossal from reversal Colossal from ringside. And like James was telling me when I was talking about it, it's like having a 0 fortitude that can reverse a trademark finisher from ringside.
Yeah, if that existed, like in Virtual Classic, everybody would run 3.
Yeah.
There's no reason not to.
I mean, the cards that...
You can play from hand, can't you?
You can still play it from hand.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
But
5.
From hand, it's 7 fortitude. But from ringside, if you have 5 or less fortitude,
it's 0?
It's 0 fort. And it can be played from ringside.
It's pretty playable.
The other reversal they did, I believe it only affects Test. It's the over maneuver, the minus 15?
I don't know.
Or outmaneuver. Yeah, it's minus 15 against Test, but it doesn't work for other people. But still, just that one alone, in Revo, you're going to be overturned a lot as it is anyway. I mean, surely you're going to get those in your ringside, and if they start playing Colossals on you, they just go, oh darn.
Yeah, it's just kind of like Virtual Classic, like in that aspect. If you're eating trademark finishers, you've probably already been hit. Usually at least 4 times already. Before you got there. So, to need a reversal that good, I mean, you got hit 4 times, you have no reversals. You can't get on the board, and you're flipping everything because you're not reversing on the overturn. Just concede the game at that point.
Yeah.
You're losing.
Well, I mean, like in Virtual Classic, let's say in Virtual Classic we're comparing Colossals to trademark finishers. Let's just say that. So, like, even in Virtual Classic, you have dynamic finisher, you have the finisher, you have old school pile driver,
what a maneuver,
and so you got a whole bunch. Those are that's 4 plus your normal TMFs.
So probably between 5 to 6. If you wanted to go mono trademark finisher route, you could do it.
Yeah, and which is pretty comparable to the Colossals. And some Colossals are easier to reverse than others.
Well, yeah, I think so, because the Colossals do so much damage that, I mean, if you eat 2, you're dead.
Yeah.
Because they all do between 15 to 20.
Yeah. But for the really good ones, you got to build up to like 20 fortitude anyway. Pretty well. No, depends who you are.
Close up there. But yeah.
Yeah. Like the only one that I really bank on is a steel chain shot, which is pretty cool. I like it.
It's pretty playable.
Becomes a discard 3 cards in Kurt Angle. I like it. But you got anything else to add?
Not really. I mean, when it comes to Revo, I don't really have much anything to add to that. Any new people in the next set you're willing to build?
Well, the one thing that'd be different for me is I'm not really all into Diva Superstars. Like, I've never actually built a Diva Superstar to take to tournaments or anything like that. So, and I really like Alexis Bliss, so I think I'll probably build some Alexis Bliss.
Yeah.
I always like her a lot. And of course, Shinsuke. Everybody wants Shinsuke.
Of course, Shinsuke.
And
he's going to be fun. What is up with the roster for this new set?
Yeah.
With like the exception of like 4 people, the combined superstar value is not higher than 2, and most of them aren't employed anymore.
Yeah.
Or if they have been, they haven't won a match in the last 2 years. So
B
it's
team.
like, this is the. If there's ever an expansion called the Jobber expansion, this is going to be the one.
Pretty close. I mean, you do have some.
That's what they should call it. They should call this the Future Endeavors expansion.
It's future endeavors.
Yeah.
They've got some people that actually. I mean, for a lot of people anyway. Like for you, if they have a good effect, you're gonna play them.
Unless I really don't like that superstar.
I know Naomi's going to have the biggest brokenest effect ever in the game, and you're going to be playing it. You're playing Naomi. I'm going to run Naomi at tournament just so you sit down and automatically concede the game.
Just so you win everyone from now on.
I'm going to make sure I'll play her theme song whenever I'm playing you.
Are you going to fucking do like some hip wiggles and jiggles for me?
If you don't know, he hates Naomi. Like, if she pops on TV, he'll literally walk out of the room and go away until she's completely off TV.
I will leave my apartment.
Not a fan, apparently.
No, I am not. She is worthless. Her, Alicia Fox, and the Iconics, and Carmella can just all make a faction and go to TNA.
They're hired.
So I never have to hear from them ever again. They could be unemployed for all I know.
Are you looking forward to building just off of name alone?
Well, Shinsuke, obviously. But
Yeah.
I did finally get a chance to play my old Death to Rhodes deck.
There you go.
And it was fun.
I noticed. I watched it.
It
Didn't look like they were having very much fun, though.
No, and they were about best case scenario matchup too, because they could pick up a card every turn and draw a card, and they still never managed to ever have a hand the entire game.
Yeah.
And they did get tired of hearing overturn 2, randomly discard 1. You want me to show back 2 or remove your top 2 from the game? After every maneuver they played.
Yep. Yep.
So,
Marking out. And Dusty Rhodes. It's the way to go.
Yeah, and
Vince Giare.
Vince Giare. Yep.
Still that idea for Mitch, but I think you improved it because I know I would rather play against Mitch's version again than your version.
Yeah, it'd be frustrating. Unless they play like there's no escape. But if you're a clutch apply deck, you just concede.
I can only imagine playing my crime time against your Dusty Rhodes.
Oh, boy.
You'd be like, hell yeah, here we go, going to Pound Town.
I will eat those first 2 moves, and then your hand's gone.
Yeah.
We're done from there.
Yeah. That's good times.
Thank God you're heat.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Because it's going to be there real quick.
That's one thing. I've been actually looking at Harlem Heat a lot, and, like, I think it'd be fun to build them dynamic or...
Sucker.
Yeah, dynamic would be fun.
Yeah.
And sure, they get free 5 fortitude right off the bat. Like, they just search for it. Downside is your opponent gets free 5 fortitude if they run anything like that. But it's also funny, though, is they may do it, so you don't remind them of your effects. So if you run a Showtime, you'd be like, all right, here you go. And then they don't want to do your effect because you just don't tell them about it. Showtime, end your turn. You don't get your free 5 fortitude.
Yeah. Because then they'll be like, oh, I forgot. I'm like, that's too bad.
It's a May effect.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. I'll go ahead and take my turn now. And when they don't talk to you ever again, that friendship wasn't worth it anyways. Sucker.
5 times. Oh yeah, they're making their strikes multi. I mean, they can't pack submissions or grapples.
They can't pack grapples or submissions?
Nope. So
They can only pack strikes?
Only strikes and high risks.
Wow. So I definitely wouldn't build them dynamic then.
I think there's 4 moves.
I wouldn't even bother then. I can see a point.
That's 18 moves that they could have. One of them has a 0. One of them is would be like a 0 for 6 for them though. all the rest of them are huge.
Just build them volley, I guess.
Yeah.
That'd be the obvious route. I mean, you start 5 forts, you go right into kidney punches right away,
Yeah.
and then you can pick those up every turn.
Yeah.
Gotta remove a couple from your ring up from the game, but oh well, they'll be all right.
Well, I was thinking with match strikers, but I mean, if you're reducing the dynamics that far down, do you really need the 6 extra fortitude?
Now the strikers are really only there because you're only throwing plain moves,
Yeah.
so they're usually going to stop the first 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So then you're just like, oh, 9 fort, okay.
Well, yeah, also that the dynamic backstage card makes it that they have double the amount of reversals in that ring area. So
So they get 3 out.
yeah. I was thinking precision haymakers. Like 3 precision haymakers. I mean,
Any precision would be pretty good.
yeah.
You know, it'd be really cool in that deck is if you run stuff like tiles on the line. You should pop tiles on the line, throw your move, and they're like, restricted use, play reversal. Hey, that's 2 reversals in the ring area already.
Yeah. They just need to play one more, and
And
you're
you
ready
got-
for striker.
Yeah, 9 fort on board.
Yeah. That might be interesting. Beat
Well,
out the restricted.
That'd be 13 because you got your 5 from your thrust kick.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
Huh.
might not be terrible.
Yeah. That could work.
Yeah. You know, a couple shoot actions on top of that. You could technically win with backslide, have 20 more forward, and not have a move on the board.
Good.
Besides the one you put into play.
Yeah. And you could, like, I always run the throwback hardcore title belt, so there's another -2, so you're getting
Yeah, they can't run it though. Tight team.
Oh, yeah, they can't.
I
run that.
know.
Oh,
you run it and
jeez.
everything.
Oh, that's a good card.
It's playable.
They can run the WCW title belt.
Soka. No, they can't.
Oh, no, your WCW tag team title belt is considered the WCW title belt.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. Either way.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's going to be it for us tonight. If we don't, we should do another episode before Gen Con, but if not, who do you think's going to win Gen Con? If you had to make a guess,
Mitch every year. I mean, I don't even think really any big names are coming down to play in it. Because when Mitch wants to sit down and bust out some really shady tech,
he does it at Gen Con.
He brings it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be no fun times had seeing across from him at Gen Con.
I've seen some of the fun decks that he has, so they're pretty interesting.
I'm sure we'll see probably 2 or 3 new shenanigans cards after Gen Con with all the decks Mitch. It'll just be a shenanigans card, and it'll have Mitch's deck list on it.
That's what I always say. They just need a blank shenanigans card, so every year they can just add a new Mitch card to it.
They just need to blank Mitch.
Delete!
Yeah.
He's a good player. He's played a couple games.
He's won once or twice.
Yeah, I have to represent Iowa, so I think Mitch is going to have to pull this one out for three-time champion. All right, guys. Hope we'll talk to you later, and see you probably in about 2 weeks.
All right, get the fuck out of my house.